Alright, hey everybody. My name is Jay Martin. Thanks for watching this video. This is the backstory here is what had happened is on like a Saturday afternoon. A bunch of the Huntsman guys were hanging out and we were bored. And I was like, well, let's do something. And so we were like, well, let's have some at least make it interesting. And so then devolved this like 30-minute long debate over negotiation, what sort of rules we should use for the fucking game. I'm not exaggerating. It took about 30 fucking minutes. You can't do anything quick with these guys. And eventually we all sort of decided on something. And what we wound up with was Team Sweden over here. I'm playing for Team Sweden. I'm on the right side. My name is Jay Martin. That's me. In the middle is Riskard, the smooth voice of Huntsman. And on the left side is Z Bishop. And we're also all Sweden. And come on, guys, spawn. Please spawn. Oh, there they go. And they're all playing as Spain. And opposite me is Marsh. And this is in the middle Krasnikov. And on the far side there is the Point Man. And so here's the game we played. And as I was trying to put my arm together, Z was like, no, you need to do this. Like, just play all militia, blah, blah, blah. Or not all militia, but no lights. Just meet shield and get at him. And actually, I thought that was probably a pretty good argument because Marsh is a fantastically better fucking Napoleon player than I am. So I was like, if I do anything remotely involving skill with this guy, then he's going to win. And if I do anything remotely not involving skill with this guy, then he's going to win. So I kind of had to do something that would just give me the best shot at hosing him in a completely unpredictable way. And I got really lucky, frankly, because this game was like super laggy, which obviously meant that Marsh's Napoleon skills were hindered by the poor computer work. In the middle, Kraz, who's right there. Keep an eye on this guy. He's mean. He's so rude. He's so rude. You're gonna wind up later. And then I'll try to get over to Z and Point Man's game on the far left. Point Man only has 3 lights because he has accurately predicted that Z will have 0 lights. And Z's moving his lineup right there in the middle. Riscard has a more traditional build, which is probably what you want to play the middle of a 3v3. He has a bunch of Jaegers. And on my side, what I have are 2 meat shields in the front, and then I have 2 ranks of line infantry, and I have 5 cav. I have a fair amount of cav. Now, from his perspective, Marsh is playing sort of conservative build, which is, oh gosh, it's chilly, which is frankly exactly what he should have. He has 5 light infantry. They all have a chevron, so they're going to be pretty high quality, and that's one of the strengths of Spain. And he actually, only has, well, he has 4 cav. He has a pretty balanced army. You can do that with Spain because they're a little bit cheaper. In the middle, that's Krasnikov. He has his 5 lights. He has a militia covering the left side. And, some line, he has 5 cav. And Point Man only has 3 lights. But it looks like he has 1, 2, 3, 4 units of cav. But he has a lot of high quality. Okay, I'm going to stop shivering. It's just that cold. It's like 60 degrees or something here. It's ridiculous. What's going on is I only have one chance to beat Marsh, and that is to rush him fast. So that is exactly what I do. And I'm rushing militia up to get at him. I think I have a better shot here, but unfortunately these 3 units are all the guard infantry. Walloon Guard or whatever. So what, the meta picture of what happens in the battle with Marsh and I is that I think I actually do wind up with a little bit of an advantage here, but the quality of these guard units is just so great that I can't wreck them in time. And obviously and he does the right thing. We actually talked about this a little bit. His plan was, if I'm going to go big here, what he wants to do is hold the line, and he's willing to sacrifice cav units to buy time, and I'm trying to sacrifice cav units to gain a short-term advantage. So here comes his cav. He just wants to disrupt my line infantry, and he sends a second one there, obviously. And I don't get into square there, so he gets to push a unit back, and he has cav charge me here as well. We have a little disorganization. You notice that Riscard and my line are not really linked up. That's my fault. He actually told me to slow down, and I didn't. So, sorry, Riscard, I owe you one there. I kind of fucked us in a pretty non-romantic way. But my assault is going big on the right side. Marsh is having a little problem organizing his lights. I think that's because of the lag issue. He mentioned that. But, I mean, he just is. I'm not able to do anything really productive against him. I think my line is that I make him work for it, but he's able just with superior firepower and better units to eventually grind me down. Is sort of what happens, and I'm trying like mad to get my second rank in there. I'm just trying to get as much firepower as I can, but the geography of this game, he positions the geography of the game to really give him a huge advantage. Riskard is being a little more cautious in the middle. He's willing to kind of shoot it out with the light infantry, which is fine. And Z's being more aggressive. Here comes a big rush from Z. A ton of line units are going to move in, and Point Man is doing the right thing. He's retiring his line behind his lights. He shoots Cav and pulls him back. And Z in Point Man's game actually plays to a stalemate for quite a bit, as does Riskard and Krez in the middle. But I kind of forced the hand of our team, and I kind of pushed all in here. And you can see I'm pushing Marsh back. But the problem is I'm just not able to kill him. Like, look, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units kind of all shooting my flank. What I think I might have had a shot. Now, let me pause, and here's the apologist time. See that Cav unit in my rear? That's from Krasnikov. That's from the opponent. And over the course of the game, Kraz sends like 4 or some ridiculous, stupid amount of Cav into my back. And I want to make the argument that I had a legitimate shot to win this game. Like you can see, Marsh is pulling back. I've got him disorganized. I'm going to beat this unit here. And man, Kraz's Cav in my rear really fucked me up. And these guys played great teamwork, obviously, to coordinate that. I mean, look at this. Look at this Cav charge right here. I mean, that's a turbo-depleted unit that they get great value of. That unit only had 18 men left, but they still managed to get great value out of that unit on its way back. And what's happening, the second thing that's happening is what Marsh is doing is he's reacting to my attack incredibly well. I want to say that my attack was actually pretty good. Like, I get a lot of guys in to shoot, which is just normally what I do. But he's able to pull back in a very, very organized fashion. And every time he does that, he gets a few more chips off me. And eventually I'm going to run out of Cav units. Like, I think at this point I only have one. I only have one Cav unit left. And it's just not going to be enough to break through him. Back over here, Point Man and Z's fight is kind of, wishy-washy. Point Man, I think, has had to commit most of his reserves at this point. And Z's shooting it out. I think a big problem that our team had, if I zoom up, is we're not linked up. You know what I mean? Like, we advanced a little faster than Riskard did, and I'm sure everybody had good reasons individually to do that based on their local tactical situation. But in the end, I don't think it worked out really that well. And just a lack of a cohesive plan. Really, the difference was that Z and I brought rush builds, and Riskard brought a more conservative build with light infantry. Is, I think, a pretty good explanation. And that lack of coordination just on our builds required us to... I can't form square here. I have too few men. This Cav charge fucks me up. That's Kraz again. Man, Kraz is always picking on me. Anyway, the lack of coordination between our builds forced two different strategies between our right and our left and our middle. And regardless of the actual tactical implementation of those concepts, the inability of us to coordinate really freed up Kraz to send his Cav at me, for instance, because Riskard wasn't pressuring him a whole lot because his build is a little more passive, a little more conservative. And let me rephrase this statement. Z and I brought rush builds, so we are pushing all in. We have to engage very quick because we don't have light infantry, okay? What light infantry let you do is they let you play a little bit of a waiting game because they give you better range, so you can like shoot and retreat and all that, yada yada yada. That's a very traditional build. Bring light infantry. Z and I did not bring light infantry because we did not have light infantry and our opponents did. That forced us to get in real close to them and engage them sort of all in really fast, okay? So Z and I's battles are more of the all-in variety, so we have to push in harder and faster. Riskard, however, has brought the traditional build, which gives him more flexibility because he has light infantry. The problem is that because Riskard's assault in the center is going to be a little more slow, because he wants to take advantage of his light infantry, that frees the guy in the middle to send his cav elsewhere. Now, if we would have pressed equally hard all over the place, that would have prevented the coordinated tactics that they use to beat us, and we would have had a better result. The fault of this ultimately lies on us for not coordinating our builds, and kind of the general idea that we were fucking around. I hope I explained that accurately. The distinction between a rush build and a more conservative passive build. A rush build requires you to get in real fast, and if you win, you're going to win fast and you're going to win big, but if you lose, you're going to lose fast and you're going to lose big. That's kind of the two sides of the coin, and losing big is exactly what I have done over here. Marsh has like, I don't know, fucking like 10 units left or something. And right now he's just routing the remnants of my army. Once this happens, I kind of doom our entire team to the loss, because the rest of these players here are going to play well enough that the advantage of those 10 units coming in Riskard means that he's going to have absolutely no chance to win. So the game is pretty much over when I lose, is kind of the short version. And I think something fun here is about to happen. So I lose us the 3v3 is kind of the short version, I guess. But what else is going to happen? Eventually, I think Z and Point Man kind of pull back from their initial slugfest and kind of regroup, and it looks like Point Man has a bit of an advantage. Although some of those units are so depleted, you just got to think that at this point, one or two cav units could switch the advantage there. I mean, that's like, what is that, 26, you know? There's down to 50. Yeah, you got to think that at this point, at this stage, just another one or two cav units. And I think Riskard was doing pretty well against Crass, frankly. Beg my pardon, guys, if I'm wrong about that. I'm going to call this fight, even. If not, maybe in Riskard's favor. However, here come Marsh's guys to kind of seal the deal. Pretty soon here, I think Z just kind of is like, fuck it, this game's over, and to end it a little bit quicker, he gets in there with melee to kind of finish the game off. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could check to see how many kills everybody had to see if Riskard actually had the advantage there. But from here out, it's really just a matter of time before Marsh turns around on the flank. Is what's going on. That was probably Riskard's general, I think. Who was that? Alright, it doesn't work so long, fast forward. Yeah, that was Riskard. Okay. And, yeah, anyway, that's the battle that we played. 3v3. So if you're gonna do, the big rush build like I did, you gotta execute it a little bit better. Maybe use my cav better. I think, honestly, the things that I was trying to do requires, frankly, some really good micro, because what you have to be able to do is move your line up in range of their lights, but out of range of their line, and you just want to shoot at their lights, and blah, 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 and you got to use your militia well, and you got to use your cav well, and it requires a bit more skill than possibly I'm packing to pull it off against players of this caliber, I think is maybe the idea. So I guess maybe I should have done the boring thing and just sit back with light infantry and give my partners a chance to win. But I didn't. Anyway, hey, how about I actually had the most kills for a team, even though I totally sucked. But whatever. Hey, I want to say great game to the Huntsman for playing with me. Jay Martin, Riskard, and Z Bishop on my side, and Marsh, Kraz, and Point on the other side. And if you get bored, you should upload a replay to twreplays.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.